In Year 6, we have been learning about Diane Abbott as a part of Black Herstory Month.
Diane Julie Abbott is the first female black MP. She stands for Hackney North and Stoke Newington.
Her dad was a welder and her mum was a nurse. They both left school at the age of 14.
She attended Harrow County Grammar School for Girls. She was the only black student.
Diane Abbott went to Cambridge University and got an undergraduate degree in history. She was the longest serving black MP, having worked in Parliament for 25 years.
Diane Abbott is founder of the London Schools and the Black Child Initiative, which aims to raise educational achievement levels amongst black children.
Diane Abbott was hired as the Shadow Home Secretary in 2015 and worked alongside Jeremy Corbyn.
She has received an unacceptable amount of online abuse, individually receiving almost half of all abusive tweets directed at women MPs during the 2017 elections campaign.
Diane Abbott gave a speech on civil liberties in 2008, which won the Spectator magazine's Parliamentary Speech of the Year award and the 2008 Human Rights Award.
On 2nd of October 2019, she made history again by becoming the first black MP at the dispatch box at Prime Minister's Questions.
We're listening to our speech about Diane Abbott.
Bye. Harriet Tubman is a woman who has done many good things. She was born into slavery and escaped. She was very determined to free other slaves, and she did. She called the people she freed her passengers, and she never lost anyone. When there was a civil war between the Southern and the Northern people, she first worked as a cook, then she worked as a nurse, then a spy. Even after the war was over, life wasn't as fair. Harriet Tubman, she taught about freedom and to have fair laws and equality for everyone. Harriet Tubman is a symbol of hope, bravery and determination for many in the world.
It's important that we celebrate Black History Month because in our topic, if we had Mary Seacole and Florence Nightingale, they'd be more likely to put Florence Nightingale on the board because of the skin colour. She's a black woman and it's Black History Month. It's important to listen to everyone's stories so that we can learn from everyone's background and that we can treat people fairly how they are and just respect them.
We will be talking about how Harriet Tubman and the Freedom Coat links with Bessie Butler and her art. When Harriet Tubman and the other slaves were going through the Underground Railway, the Freedom Coat helped them a lot because they know who was there to help them. So Bessie Butler links with the Freedom Coat because she is a textile artist and makes and uses fabric to make everyday black people.
Bessie Butler is connected to Black Herstory Month because when she was little, we learned that she used to sit next to her grandmother and ask to see her old family albums. And from that, she used to make art designs from the quilts and draw people with it. She wouldn't just use one skin colour, but she would use different types of colour to make it all creative.
I want to share one more fact with you. Did you know that in slavery times they used to treat the children like they were property and they used to sell them. They sold Harriet Tubman's siblings and she didn't know if she would see them again. It was only her and her parents.
In year one, we've been learning about Ruby British.
You can't see anyone.
This is Ruby Bridges. A long time ago in America, she was the first black child to go to an all-white school. About you too? No.
Sadly, people were very cross about Ruby Bridges going to their school.
It goes this way. That's good enough. Go to Dylan. Wait, Dylan, can you fit? Wait, Dylan, sit down first. Wait, do this. Okay, that's good. Wait, let me see. Okay, it's amazing.
Because of children like Ruby Bridges, we are able to go to schools where everyone has different skin colours.
Cut.
Bessie Coleman was the first black and the first Native American female pilot. As a pilot, she did lots of flying tricks. She inspired lots of people to reach their goals. She tried to get in lots of different flight schools in the USA, but they wouldn't let her in because she was black and a woman. In 1992, Bessie became the first black female woman to perform an air show where she performed loop-the-loops in the sky. She became famous and did stunts in lots of places across the USA. In 1923, she had a bad accident, but this didn't stop her. Instead of giving up, she learned French and applied to study at a French school. She became a pilot in 1921. In 1925, black people were told that they had to use a different entrance to white people, and Bessie said that she would not perform unless everyone had the same entrance. She got her way, but black people still had to sit in a separate area to white people. Many people liked that she had to stand up for her beliefs. Her life has continued to inspire people around the world. I'm flying in my plane, I'm flying in my plane, up, down, I'm flying in my plane, I'm flying in my plane, I'm flying in my plane, left, right, I'm flying in my plane, I'm flying in my plane, I'm flying in my plane, up, down, I'm flying in my plane, I'm flying in my plane, I'm flying in my plane, up, down, I'm flying in my plane.
Hi, we're in year 3 and we've been learning about Claudia Jones. This is what Claudia Jones looks like.
What's special about Claudia Jones is that she wrote the first black newspaper in Britain. And she also started a carnival called Notting Hill Carnival, and loads of people came all over the world to come and celebrate. When they came to celebrate, they were coming in lots of colourful and different clothes with feathers and lots of different masks.
How did the carnival begin?
The carnival began because lots of people were being treated badly in Britain, and Claudia Jones wanted to do something about it.
Because she's a special black woman that fighted for her rights.
Why do we learn about this?
It gives us the opportunity to learn about people we haven't learned about.
In the section, we was been singing. Who fed the chickens? I, Ella Jenkins. 3. Who fed the chickens? I did. Who snapped the egg? I did. Who
in a tiny apartment in Chicago, America.
When growing up, Michelle felt out of place because of the color of her skin. So she set up an after-school club for children of color to learn the piano.
She worked extremely hard in school and was accepted into Harvard University to study law. There she joined protests demanding that Harvard take more African American students. After university, Michelle Obama got a job as a lawyer. This is where she meets her husband, Barack Obama. Barack Obama was the first ever black male president.
By 2001, Barack and Michelle have 2 daughters. Michelle teaches her daughters that they can do anything they achieve if they put their minds to it.
In 2007, Barack decided to run for president of the United States of America. Michelle helps him as much as she can, and they work as a team. The campaign is very exciting because there has never been an African American president before. Barack won. Michelle is the first African American First Lady. This picture is called Resurrection. This is the first painting by an African American woman to be hung in the White House. Michelle is passionate about fitness, education and health, volunteer work, equality and women's rights. Even though she had her hands full running the country, she still makes time to volunteer in soup kitchens and homeless shelters. Michelle spends most of her time inspiring young people to stay in education and to follow their dreams. He begins a campaign called Let Girls Learn. He travels all over the world offering support to help as many girls as possible go to school. Till this day, Michelle carries on inspiring girls all over the world to go to school. Michelle Obama is a brilliant, strong and famous figure. She's not scared to stand up for what she's passionate about. She firmly believes in education and equality. She fights for these things to happen. She inspires children just like us to follow our dreams.
We stand together against